Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture of the course Heat Transfer. So today we will be discussing the shape factor concept regarding this radiation. So what is the shape factor, the reciprocity theorem related to the shape factor, then what is the shape factor algebra, different rules and regulation regarding the shape factor algebra, and there we will see different equations in the shape factor algebra, and based on those different equations we will discuss some numericals today. Okay, so let us start this lecture. Now, so there is a derivation for this reciprocity theorem. So first we need to know what is the shape factor, which is also known as the configuration factor or surface factor or view factor also. Okay, so this shape factor, it is defined as the fraction of radiative energy that is diffused from one surface element and strikes the other surface directly with no intervening reflection. Okay, so this is the definition of the shape factor. So it is the fraction of radiative energy that is diffused from one surface and striking the other surface directly with no intervening reflection. And this shape factor, it has a range, it is within 0 to 1. In this range the value of the shape factor should lie. So let us discuss the reciprocity theorem derivation related to the shape factor. Now in this diagram you can see two different surfaces have been considered. So let us consider two black surfaces A1 and A2 is shown in this diagram. Now we need to obtain a general expression for the energy exchange between these surfaces when they are maintained at different temperatures. So to solve this problem, the radiation shape factors, these are defined as F12, that is fraction of energy leaving the surface 1 and that reaches the surface 2. Similarly, F21, it is the fraction of energy which is leaving the surface 2 and that reaches the surface 1. So in general you can write Fij, this is the fraction of energy leaving surface I that reaches the surface j. Now as told already that this radiation shape factor, it is having other names also, which are view factor or configuration factor or surface factor or angle factor. So four more different names are also there for this shape factor. Now the energy leaving surface 1, that means A1, and which is arriving at surface 2, this can be written as EB1A1F2. This is the formula for that. So in this similar way, the energy leaving the surface 2 and arriving at surface 1, so it can be written as EB2A2F21. So these are the formula for that. Now since the surfaces are black, so as per our consideration, so all the incident radiation will be absorbed and the net energy exchange here, it will be Q12, that is EB1A1F12 minus EB2A2F21. Now if both the surfaces are at the same temperature, there can be no heat exchange, that is Q12, this will be equals to 0, as the heat transfer will be 0 here, no heat exchange is there. So for T1 equals to T2 when the temperatures are same, in that case EB1, this will be equals to EB2. And if we put this condition in the above relation, in that case we are getting that A1 F12, this is equals to A2 F21. Now, this relation, it is actually known as the reciprocity relation, and that is A1 F12, this is equals to A2 F21. So it indicates that the net radiant interchange may be evaluated by computing one-way configuration factor or the surface factor from either surface to the other. So that means the net heat exchange can be written as Q12, this is equals to A1 F12 multiplied by EB1 minus EB2. It is also written as A2 F21 because A1 F12 it is equals to A2 F21 as per the reciprocity relation multiplied by EB1 minus EB2. Now, in a general term or in general way, this reciprocity relation can be written as AI Fij, this is equals to AJ Fji. So this is the general way to write or to express the reciprocity relation. Although this relation is derived for the black surfaces, it holds good for other surfaces also as long as the diffuse radiation is involved. So this is the thing we need to remember, that this reciprocity relation is applicable for black surfaces, and as long as diffuse radiation is involved, it is applicable for other surfaces also. Now let us discuss the shape factor algebra and different salient features of the shape factor. Now the shape factors, in order to compute this shape factor for certain geometric arrangement for which shape factors or equations are not available, in that case the concept of the shape factor is fraction of intercepted energy and reciprocity theorems can be used. And the shape factors for these geometries can be derived in terms of known shape factors of other geometries. Now, this interrelation between various factors is called the shape factor algebra. Now, there are different properties of the shape factor algebra. So, we need to remember all these properties to calculate the shape factor for different geometries that will be discussed later today. So the first property, it is the shape factor is purely a function of geometric parameters only. Okay. So this is purely a function of geometric parameter. Next, number 2, when two bodies are exchanging radiant energy with each other, then the shape factor relation is given by A1 F12 equals to A2 F21, which is actually nothing but the reciprocity theorem that we have discussed just now. So this reciprocity relation, this is one of the properties of the shape factor algebra. So which can be represented in general way, that is AI Fij equals to AJ Fji. So this reciprocity relation, it is useful when one of the shape factors is unity. So when one of the shape factors is unity, in that case, if the areas of the two different geometrical shapes are known, then we can easily calculate the shape factor of the other geometrical shape. Now, for the number 3 point, when all the radiation emanating from a convex surface 1 is intercepted by the enclosing surface 2, then the shape factor of convex surface with respect to the enclosure F12, this is unity. So then the shape factor F21, it is merely the ratio of the areas. There is a small derivation for that, that is when surface A1 it is entirely convex, say a sphere which is a entirely convex surface which is completely enclosed by A2. So the surface A2 it is A2 is covering the convex surface A1, and according to the reciprocity relation A1 F12 it is A2 F21. Now F1 to 2 this is equals to 1 because surface 1 it is completely surrounded by the surface 2. So that means none of the radiant energy it is again goes back to surface 1. So in that case F12 it will be 1. So in that case, as f12 equals to 1, so from the reciprocity relation you can write that a1 this is equals to a2 f21. So that means f21, that is the shape factor for the surface 2, this is equals to a1 by a2. This is actually the ratio of the areas of the two different surfaces or the geometrical shapes. And in that case, f21 plus f22, this is equals to 1. Okay, so these relations we need to remember, and we will apply this while solving the numericals. Now in case of the black body radiation heat exchange, Q12 this is equals to A1 sigma T1 to the power 4 minus T2 to the power 4. Okay, next, the concave surface has a shape factor with itself because the radiant energy coming out from one part of the surface, it is intercepted by the another part of the same surface. So the shape factor of a concave surface with respect to itself, it is f11. Okay, so f11 or f22, whatever the suffix is, it represents the shape factor of a surface with respect to itself. Now next, number 5, for a flat or a convex surface, the shape factor with respect to itself is 0. Okay, so for a flat or convex surface, that is, suppose for a convex surface, suppose for a sphere, the shape factor with respect to itself, it is 0. So that means f11 this is 0. Now the reason is that for any part of the flat or convex surface, one cannot see or view any other part of the same surface. So for that reason only, the shape factor of this flat or convex surface with respect to itself, it is 0. Next, number 6. If two surfaces A1 and A2, these are parallel and large, radiation occurs across the gap between them so that A1 equals to A2 and all radiation emitted by one falls on the other. And in that case, f12 equals to f21, this is equals to 1. Next, number 7. If one of the two surfaces, say AI, is divided into sub areas, it is AI1, AI2, dot dot up to AIN. So in that case, AI Fij, this is equals to summation AIN Finj. Now, if we refer to the figure 12.5a, that is this figure, where we can see that three different flat surfaces are here, A2, A3 and A4. So A2 is the receiving surface and radiating surfaces are A3 plus A4. Now if you consider this one, that means here you can see that radiating surface A1, it has been split up into areas A3 and A4. So A1 equals to A3 plus A4. So in that case, we can write this equation 12.15 as A1F12. This is equals to A3F32 plus A4F42. So it is seen that F12 this is not equals to F32 plus F42. But if you multiply this with their individual areas, then the equation it is valid. Now, that means if the radiant surface is subdivided, so in that case the shape factor for the surface with respect to the receiving surface is not equal to the sum of the individual shape factors. Now, if we refer to the figure 12.5b, it is this figure. So the radiating surface, this is A1, and the receiving surface, that is A2, which is divided in two different surfaces which are A3 and A4. So in this case, the receiving surface A2, it is divided into subareas A3 and A4, and in that case A1 F12, this is equals to A1 F13 plus A1 F14, or F12, this is equals to F13 plus F14. So obviously the shape factor from a radiating surface to a subdivided receiving surface is simply the sum of the individual shape factors. So firstly, there's the principle of conservation. So here we have considered a case of an enclosure in which one surface is exchanging radiation with all the other surfaces in the enclosure including itself, if it happens to be a concave surface. Now this is because a concave surface can see or view another part of it. The shape factor of a convex surface with its enclosure is always unity because all the heat radiated from a convex surface is intercepted by its enclosure, but not vice versa. So this is from our in general concept of concave and convex surfaces we can obviously visualize. So if the enclosure comprises of n surfaces, then the energy radiated from one surface is always intercepted by the other n minus 1 surfaces, and the surface itself if it is a concave one. So this principle and this concept, it is known as the principle of conservation. So from this principle of conservation, you can write that F11 plus F12 plus F13 plus dot dot up to F1n, this is equals to 1. So in the similar way, F21 plus F22 plus F33, so dot dot F2n, this is equals to 1. So in general, you can write summation j equals to 1 to n Fij, this is equals to 1 for I equals to 1 2 3 dot dot up to n. So this is the principle of conservation. So these are the 8 different properties and the salient features of the shape factor algebra. So based on these different equations and formulas, let us try to discuss some numericals. So the first numerical is calculate the shape factors for the configuration shown. So the configuration shown here is the first one. It is given as the black body inside a black enclosure. So for this case, we need to find its configuration or shape factor. So how to proceed here? So what you can write that F21, this is equals to 1 because all radiation emanating from the black surface is intercepted by the enclosing surface. So in that case, obviously F21, this is equals to 1. Now from the summation rule of the properties, we can write that F11 plus F12, this is equals to 1. Now if you use the reciprocity relation, then A1 F12, this is equals to A2 F21. That means F12, this will be equals to A2 by A1 multiplied by F21. Now if this is the formula or the equation for F12, then if we put this in the summation rule, then we will be able to calculate what is F11. So we are getting F11, this is equals to 1 minus F12, and so F ultimately we are getting this is equals to 1 minus A2 by A1 because F21, this is equals to 1. So that means ultimately we are getting F11, this is equals to 1 minus A2 by A1. So using the different equations of the shape factor or the salient features of the shape factor, we have calculated the shape factor F11. That is when a black body is inside a black enclosure. Now for the second case, it is given a tube with cross section of an equilateral triangle. So in that case, by the summation rule, we can write F11 plus F12 plus F13. This is equals to 1. Now, it's because the flat surface one cannot see itself. So in that case, we can write that f11 this is equals to 0. So now if f11 equals to 0, so from the summation rule it will be changed now as f12 plus f13 this is equals to 1. Now by symmetry we can write that f12 this is equals to f13, and obviously as the summation of these two this is equals to 1, so individual of the shape factors this will be 0.5. So f12 we have calculated now we need to calculate f23. So by considering the radiation from the surface to f21 plus f22 plus f23, so this is equals to 1. Now as f22 this is equals to 0, so in that case f21 plus f23 this is equals to 1. So the f23 this is equals to 1 minus f21. Now by using the reciprocity relation, that is a1 f12 this is equals to a2 f21, we can calculate the value of the f21, so which is equals to a1 by a2 f12, which is equals to f12 only, because a1 this is equals to a2. So if we put this value in this earlier equation, then we can calculate the value of the shape factor 2 to 3. This is equals to 1 minus f12, so this is equals to 1 minus 0.5, because f12 has been calculated already. This is equals to 0.5 we have got, so f23 this is also coming as 0.5. So using the summation rule and using the concept of the symmetry and using the reciprocity theorem or reciprocity relation, we have calculated the shape factor in the second case. Now for the third case, what is given? A hemispherical surface and a plane surface 1 and 2. This plane surface is 2 and the hemispherical surface is 1. Now from the summation rule we can write that f11 plus f12, f11 is the shape factor of this hemispherical surface with respect to itself, plus f12, so this is equals to 1. Now from the reciprocity relation we can write that a1 f12 this is equals to a2 f21. Now this can be represented as f12 this is equals to a2 by a1 f21, but f21 this is equals to 1 because all the radiation emanating from the black surface 2 are intercepted by the enclosing surface. So in that case f21 this is equals to 1. Now if we put this value of f21 in the reciprocity relation, so in that case we are getting f12 this is equals to a2 by a1. So a2 is the area of the flat surface of the plane surface, and a1 it is the area of the hemispherical surface. So this flat surface, this is actually in a 2D view it is flat, but it is actually circular. So that's why this is equals to pi r, a2 equals to pi r square, and a1 this is equals to 2 pi r square. So f12 this is coming as 0.5. So in case of hemispherical surface, half the radiation falls on a surface 2 and the other half is intercepted by the hemisphere itself. So let us try to discuss the next numerical based on this similar concept, which is the salient features of the shape factor and the reciprocity relation. Now what is given here is cylindrical object is given. So the radiation shape factor of the circular surface of a thin hollow cylinder of 10 cm diameter and 10 cm length is 0.1716. So what is the shape factor of the curved surface of the cylinder with respect to itself? So you need to calculate the shape factor of the curved surface of the cylinder with respect to itself. So how to proceed here in this numerical? So what we need to calculate here, the curved surface here, it is the number 3, which can be seen in the figure. So we need to calculate the shape factor of the curved surface of the cylinder with respect to itself. That means F33 we need to calculate finally. So let us write the summation rule. It is F11 plus F12 plus F13. This is equals to 1. Now, if we consider this curved surface 3, in that case the summation rule can be written as F33 plus F31 plus F32. This is equals to 1. But F31, this is equals to F32, because in both the cases from the curved surface the radiation is propagating to the similar type of circular surfaces of the same cylinder. So in that case F31, this will be equals to F32. Also we can write that F11, this is equals to F22, this is equals to 0. Now substituting these equations in the equation 2, we are getting that F33 plus F31 plus F31, because F31 equals to F32, so we can write this in the equation 2. So we are getting that F33, this is equals to 1 minus 2 F31. Also if we use the reciprocity relation, then we are getting that A1 F13, this is equals to A3 F31. So that means F31, this is we are getting F13 multiplied by A1 divided by A3. A1, and if we write the formula for this area of the surfaces 1 and 3, then we are getting F31, this is equals to F13 multiplied by R by 12. Now from the equation 1 we can write that F13, this is equals to 1 minus F12, because F11, this is equals to 0. From equation 3, from earlier we have seen that F11 is equals to F22, this is equals to 0. So F13 from equation 1 can be written as 1 minus F12 only, and as the value of F12 is given in this question, this is 0.1716, so we can calculate the value of F13, this is equals to 0.8284. So as we have calculated F13 as 0.8284, so if we put this value in this earlier equation, then we can calculate the value of F31. It is the shape factor of the surface 3 with respect to surface 1. This is we are getting as 0.2017. Now if we put this equation in the earlier equation, then we can finally calculate the shape factor of the curved surface of the cylinder with respect to itself, that is F33. This is equals to 1 minus 2 F31, which is coming as 0.5858. So this is the final value of the shape factor of the curved surface of this given cylinder with respect to itself. So you can see that using the different equations of this of the shape factor algebra and using the reciprocity relation, we have calculated and we have solved this numerical. So let us discuss the next numerical. A small sphere whose outside diameter is given 60 millimeter with a surface temperature 300 degrees centigrade. It is located at the geometric center of a larger sphere, that is inside diameter 360 millimeter with an inner surface temperature of 15 degrees centigrade. Now we need to calculate how much of emission from the inner surface of the large sphere is incident upon the outer surface of the small sphere. So we need to take into assumption that both sides approach blackbody behavior. So for the second part, we need to calculate the net interchange of heat between the two spheres. So here for the small sphere R1, the radius is given as 30 millimeter, that is 0.03 meter. R2 is the radius of the large sphere, that is 180 millimeter, that is 0.1 meter. Now since all the radiation being emitted by the small sphere is incident upon and absorbed by the inner surface of the large sphere, so in that case the shape factor in between the 1 and 2, that is f12, this is equals to 1. Now if you use the reciprocity relation, that is a1 f12, this is equals to a2 f21. So the area for this sphere, these are 4 pi r square. If you put the equation formula for the areas in the reciprocity relation, then ultimately we are getting that f21, this is equals to 0.0278. So that means 2.78% of the emission from the inner surface of the large sphere is incident upon the small sphere and absorbed by it. Also, if from the energy balance of the large sphere, you can write F21 plus F22, this is equals to 1, or F22, this is equals to 1 minus F21, so this is we are getting as 0.9722. That means 97.22% of emission from the large sphere, it is absorbed by the inner surface of the sphere itself. Now for the second part of the numerical, we need to calculate the net interchange of heat between the two spheres. So to calculate the net interchange of heat between the two spheres, so this formula that we have discussed earlier, that we need to apply here, that is Q net is equals to F12 A1 sigma and the temperature difference to the power 4. So this F12, this is 1 from the concept we can write. Then area is the 4 pi R1 square. The R1 is given 0.03 meter. Then sigma, it has a constant value 5.67 into 10 to the power minus 8. T1 and T2. So these two are given in the question, that is 300 degree centigrade and 15 degree centigrade. So these two we need to write in Kelvin. Now after putting all these values in this formula Q net, we have calculated the final net heat interchange between the two spheres as 64.66 watt. So in this session we have discussed the concept of the shape factor, then the reciprocity relation for the shape factor, then the salient features of the shape factor and the 8 different rules for the shape factor algebra, and based on those formula of the shape factor algebra or the concept of the different shape factor algebra properties, and using the reciprocity relation, we have discussed 3 different numericals and their procedure, how to solve those numericals. Okay, so this is the end for this lecture.